Welcome to Houston Sports Show, brought to you by Smile, Texas, because experience matters. Here are your hosts, Rachel Von Oranje and Barry Laminack.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to Houston Sports Show. My name is Barry Laminack. That is Rachel Von Oranje. Thank you guys for joining us on this glorious Saturday evening here in H-Town. Hey, guess what? Breaking news. Well, it happened yesterday, but big news in Houston, folks. If you haven't heard, the Texans have finally figured out what to do with Deshaun Watson. He is being traded to the Cleveland Browns. Yep. Let's talk about the semantics of the deal, and then we'll get into our opinions here, because if you didn't hear, the Cleveland Browns are going to be sending 3 first-round picks, a third-round pick, and they're going to be swapping late-round picks to the Houston Texans in return. The Texans are sending Deshaun Watson, and he's getting a huge pay raise. His salary now goes up to $230 million, guaranteed $46 million a year. Rach, tell me about it. What are you thinking?
Well, as the resident Atlanta Falcons fan on this show, I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm really okay. Deshaun Watson, generational talent. This move totally makes sense for the Browns, Barry. They are a ready-made team who's ready to win now. They have good offensive line. The trenches are set. The defense is kind of there some days. The wide receivers, they got it. Like, he can go there and compete to win now. The Falcons would have had to sell their soul to compete with this. $230 million guaranteed, 3 first-round picks, and you'd have a really nice quarterback and a terrible team around him. Well, hell, Deshaun can do that here in Houston.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I am not sad at all. I'm happy the Saints didn't get him. I'm not sad about the Falcons not getting him, and good for you, Browns. I went to Cleveland this year for the Texans.
Is that why this happened?
I actually like to take credit for the trade myself. I was a part of it.
Good job, Rach.
Yeah, I love the main character things like that. But
hey, would you go buy me some lotto tickets? Could we do that too?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm taking a cut though.
Oh, well, that's fine. I'll give you a cut. My curiosity about this deal is, you heard all along. In fact, I had folks that were telling me, sources very close to Deshaun's like, yeah, I don't want to play in a cold weather city. At the end of the day, money trumps everything, doesn't it?
Sure does.
If you can get $230 million guaranteed, you don't care if it's cold, hot, Antarctica. He's playing with penguins, passing the ball to polar bears. $230 million guaranteed, you're following the money.
Absolutely. I mean, I would go quarterback in Anchorage, Alaska if you asked me to There's not a lot I wouldn't do for $230 mil, Barry. Just saying. If anybody's out there with that kind of money, you want to throw it around.
You heard it here first, Houston. If you got $230 million, I think the good thing is at the end of the day that this cloud that has been over the city of Houston and the Houston Texans for over a year is finally lifted, and we can all move forward, right? Including Deshaun, including the Texans, and
Casario's career, his legacy will now be on what he does with these picks. What he got back for Deshaun. I'm excited. I think good things are in store for Texans. We're free.
Yeah, if you're a fan, you got to be excited about this. Also, if you're a fan of the show, and if you're watching, and we know you are, you got to be excited about
real or fake.
Let's do it.
It's time for Real or Fake.
They're real and they're spectacular.
Brought to you by Roka Accor, Houston's Japanese steakhouse.
We are all over the place with tonight's Real or Fake. I'm Lauren Leal. This is going to be fun. Let's get it started with the big Tom Brady news. How would you like to be the guy who bought Tom Brady's last touchdown pass for $518,000 at an auction, then learn 24 hours later that Tom Brady is coming back to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for another season? That sucks. So Real or Fake, Rachel? Tom Brady is so petty that he unretired just because he didn't get to keep the last touchdown ball.
I will give this some credence. I'll say there is a strong possibility that this is real. Tom Brady is absolutely petty. Trust me, I know. He will rub things in your face. He will make subtle jokes with 28-3 behind him, posting Instagram videos. Tom Brady is now the Tom Brady he's probably always been, but we never got to see it when he was with the Patriots. We see it now that he has freedom with the Bucs. I actually do believe this. I believe that this man who eats avocado ice cream and has a weird life and regimen to maintain youth and beat Father Time, I absolutely believe that he totally plans on keeping his last touchdown pass real.
Okay, well, away from the field and onto Twitter. which Monday Elon Musk challenged Russian President Vladimir Putin to a fight on Twitter. Tale of the tape. Musk is 50 years old while Putin turns 70 this year. Advantage Musk. Musk is a computer nerd who was bullied as a kid. Putin was a KGB foreign intelligence officer for 16 years and a bona fide horrible human being. We all know this. Advantages Putin. So, real or fake, Barry? The old man would take Musk out by a knockout in round 2.
Ooh. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go fake. Hear me out on this. I think Elon Musk wins this fight for a couple of reasons. One, 20 years is a big difference. Have you ever fought a 70-year-old? Nope. It's a lot easier than fighting a 50-year-old.
Okay.
All right, so you got that. Also, Putin, he's got a lot going on. He's not concentrating on his training right now. His regimen in the gym is a little disrupted because he's invading the Ukraine. Elon Musk has nothing to do but count money and hit the heavy bag. So he's obviously getting more training. And lastly, I think there is a weight differential here. So I'm going to go Elon Musk, man. Don't let the nerdy side fool you. You're not calling out the weirdest, meanest guy in the world if you don't have confidence, and that means a lot.
Confidence that this fight will never actually happen.
Don't
so
ruin
you
this.
talk your
Don't
trash
ruin
on
this
Twitter.
for me.
I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure Vladimir Putin rides in to work every day riding a bear and throwing a flamethrower shirtless or with a big gun. I'm pretty sure that is how he wakes up in the morning, is on a bear, like doing Russian things. I'm pretty sure Vlad would destroy this nerd. But also, don't sleep on the nerds, because the people that were bullied in life are the ones that come back usually pretty angry, okay?
That's right! Wait, what?
Who hurt you?
You're talking about a man in Putin who's like 5'7", and Barry, it sounds like you're speaking from experience fighting a 70-year-old, but
He had it coming.
Can we get a video of it, please?
All right, it was at Luby's. It was the last thing of Jell-O. It's a whole story.
Okay, speaking of fights, a guy pulled a gun and fired it into the air at a restaurant here in Houston, and before he could shoot again or hurt anyone, he was choked out by UFC champion fighter Kevin Holland. So, real or fake, Barry? If you pull out a gun at a sushi restaurant on the night an MMA champion is working on a California roll, God is trying to tell you something.
Yeah, God's trying to tell you you're about to get a 1-2 combo and it ain't on the menu, fam. I love this story. This is so great because you know this dude felt all empowered. Like, look at me, I got a gun, bang, bang. And Kevin Holland was like, look at me, I got 2 arms. And you're going night-night. It was.
He said, how about these guns?
Yes!
Ooh.
Nice. That's
right?
what's up. This is a crazy story, but yeah, Kevin Holland here in Houston fighting for the UFC sees this dude with a gun, and so I'm real. God's trying to tell you something, fam. Don't rob people. Also, get your order to go.
Not all heroes wear capes. Facts.
That's been real or fake.
Hey guys, stay right there. When we come back, Barry's gonna keep the fun times going, keep you laughing with Barry on Sports, and Devin and Lauren are viral. No, they don't need a vaccine. I'm talking about Viralicious. Stay tuned.
Houston Sports Show is brought to you in part by Roka Accor, Houston's Japanese steakhouse.
Roka Accor, Houston's Japanese steakhouse, is a one-of-a-kind experience offering contemporary dining with traditional robatayaki cooking techniques. Roka Accor serves only the highest quality of prime-cut steaks and Japanese wagyu, seafood and vegetables with Japanese-inspired marinades and sauces, all prepared on a robata grill over mesquite charcoal. Welcome to Roka Accor, Houston's Japanese steakhouse.
At Big Star Cadillac, enjoy just $1 down on new 2022 XT4 Luxury Collection for only $529 a month. New 2022 XT5 Luxury Collection just $569 a month. Or new 2022 XT6 Luxury Collection for only $609 a month. All for just 39 months lease with just $1 down and no market adjustment. Plus, we have new 2022 Escalades arriving daily. Gulf Freeway just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
Shop smarter when you shop at Big Star. Shop BigStarCadillac.com.
Welcome back into Houston Sports Show. Now we turn it over to the man with the funniest 3 minutes in sports, Barry Laminack. Here is BS with Barry.
Now it's time for Barry on Sports with Barry Laminack.
I'm Barry Laminack, and this is what happened in sports this week. Let's start in the NFL, where the Texans have traded Deshaun Watson to the Cleveland Browns for a package that includes 3 first-round picks, and now Watson gets a guaranteed $230 million. It's the worst guarantee since Watson guaranteed he just wanted a massage. After being retired for about 6 weeks, Tom Brady announced this week he's back, officially coming out of retirement, and will play in 2022. Boy, some people will do anything to get out of using PTO. And how many braces does Brady's kids have anyway? I guess he found out Social Security doesn't start until 62. Let's be honest, he's coming back because of these gas prices. The Cowboys traded Amari Cooper to the Cleveland Browns for a 5th-round draft pick, so it looks like the Cowboys are performing charity work early this year. In other sports news, Ken Griffey Jr., who retired in 2010, will be the 6th highest paid Cincinnati Red on their payroll this year, and it's because of the way his contract was structured. Even worse for the Reds, he wasn't even their worst hitter last year. The Cubs signed Seiya Suzuki out of Japan this week to a 5-year, $85 million contract. This is Suzuki's first time playing in America, and he faces a big adjustment in Chicago. Got to get used to the weather and eating different foods and learning how to tell a 9mm from a .45 just by the sound. Urban Meyer was recently hired to serve as a board member that gives out NIL deals to Ohio State athletes, and what can you say? Opportunities just keep falling in his lap. It makes sense because Meyer has already proven how good he is at paying athletes. Ironically though, name and likeness are the 2 things Meyer does not have going for him. Yale recently won the Ivy League tournament and busted out their winning t-shirts. Unfortunately, the shirt said Yale Bull Gods instead of Bulldogs. Damn, Yale really isn't what it used to be, is it? Although when you think about it though, a Bull God is way more intimidating. Rapper Drake spent a small fortune on NBA trading cards, going through hundreds of NBA players trying to find just the right one. I'm pretty sure Khloe Kardashian did the same thing to try to find a husband. And finally, a man recently broke a Guinness World Record by walking 3,257 feet while balancing a lawnmower on his chin. He also set the record for being the most single. I think we have a picture of the man. Way to go, Leno. I'm Barry Laminack. That's not what happened in sports this week.
If it's hot and happening, it's viralicious.
We've got the Denver Nuggets. You remember those nickname jerseys that the NBA did years back? So the Nuggets are bringing this back, but instead of like a cool color or whatever, they're actual chicken nuggets on a jersey.
How would you feel to be representing the fried chicken, the chicken nugget? Like, woo, I'm a chicken, I'm a nugget. What if you're a vegetarian?
They make meatless chicken tender. You can buy them at the store. They're really tasty.
But you're the nuggets, the chicken nuggets.
The Denver Nuggets.
The Denver Nuggets.
I mean, they call it the Mile High City for a reason, people. I don't know what they're thinking, but this is groovy. I mean, imagine Nikola Jokic just walking around with his goofy ass self like, look at my Nuggets jersey.
Maybe they need to get Giannis in on this, obviously, with the Bucks, but having that 50 nugget, hey, you did that. Eating 50 nuggets as quick as you can didn't work out too well for you, did it?
I mean, not for my toilet, but it worked out great for me. I smashed, 50 nuggets in less than 7.5 minutes. That was Rachel's time for me to tap out. I didn't tap out, I finished all those damn nuggets in that time.
Okay, Devin, that's a challenge I do not want to try, but here up next is something that I think we could pull off. So obviously it is March Madness taking place right now across the country. Everyone's watching it, it's super exciting, and Indiana played in the first 4, the play-in games, if you will, and it wasn't even about the game in this clip. Cheerleader gets stunted up to get the basketball off the court. I love it. Fans are cheering like crazy for her. I think we can do it.
I definitely think so. I mean, this will be the most exciting thing to happen at a Houston Rockets game all season if we can get this done. So let's take the HSS bus and get on down to the Toyota Center.
Toyota Center or for the Cougars. I mean, we're talking college. Either one.
Or for Rice.
Oh, okay. Okay. Are y'all in March Madness?
No.
Okay.
No, we're never in March Madness.
Sorry, Devin. That's viralicious.
Hey, What are you doing? Don't touch the remote. Stick around for more Houston Sports Show when we sit down with Cardinals offensive lineman Josh Jones, and Rachel's coming back with the juice. Stick around.
Houston Sports Show is brought to you in part by Big Star Cadillac.
At Big Star Cadillac, enjoy just $1 down on new 2022 CT4 Luxury Collection for only $469 a month, or a new 2022 CT5 Luxury Collection for just $529 a month, both for 39-month lease with just $1 down and no market adjustment. Looking for the new Escalade? Look no further. At Big Star Cadillac, we have the new 2022 Escalades arriving daily. Gulf Freeway just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
Shop smarter when you shop at Big Star. Shop BigStarCadillac.com.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. Remember the best planned 90 minutes of your life? Or that surprise party for your parents' golden anniversary? You get the golden planning. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Hey guys, I caught up with former Coug, Houston native, offensive lineman for the Arizona Cardinals, Josh Jones. He racked up 45 starts with the Cougs before being drafted in the 3rd round to Arizona, and just in his 2nd season, he worked his way into the starting lineup. A very cool guy. Big things are in store for him. Here's my chat with offensive lineman of the Arizona Cardinals, Josh Jones. And the Super Bowl champs, the Rams, that was who you guys fell to in the playoffs. I got to ask you, since it's your first time in that position, what was it like watching the Super Bowl? Was it hard?
It was kind of tough, just knowing like we could have been there, but it was a great game, 2 great teams. I'm happy for the Rams. They played their butt off all year, but it was kind of tough just knowing like the type of team we had and the position we were in. With that playoff berth. But it was good for us as taking a step as a team and just kind of stack on it.
I was going to say, that could have been you guys.
Yeah, should have been. It's all good, though.
Well, let's get back to your time at University of Houston and some of your best memories there. What are some games that stand out to you?
Some games that stand out to me. I'm always remember that Peach Bowl championship. I'm always remember that. That was a fantastic atmosphere. The type of year that was, the type of team that was just an amazing feeling. And that being my freshman year, it was just kicking it off for the rest of my career there. Another game would have to be that Memphis game, that Memphis versus us here, where their kicker missed the game-winning field goal. Greg Ward went down, Kyle Postman went in. It was like, I think, the most fans we ever had in that stadium. It was rocking, and it was a crazy time.
I was going to ask what made it so special.
Yeah, we packed the stadium out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's what they got to do again. I heard they haven't been getting that many like avid fans to come in this year, and we got to change that. We got to change that, be able to get back to that team. Back to that stadium getting packed out.
You mentioned Greg Ward, some of the other players that have gone into the NFL like yourself. Do you still keep in touch with them?
Yeah, all the time, man. Greg Ward, Tyus Bowser, Cameron Malvo, Ed Oliver. Now we got Marquez in the league, Grant Stewart, Peyton Turner. We got a good group of guys out there, and I think it's a few that I'm missing, but we're starting a pipeline down here. It's fun, it's fun, but it's also like rewarding, kind of just knowing like y'all came from the same place, y'all put in the same work, and it showed like be able to come here and play at a high level in the NFL.
Now it's time for The Juice with Game Day OJ, aka put your money where Rachel's mouth is.
March Madness is upon us, and chances are you have no idea who the hell 80% of these teams are. In fact, I'll tell you a little secret. Most of us really don't know either. We try to act like we do, but we don't. So half of these schools are schools you never heard of. You probably had to Google where they're even located. So why? Why do we throw away $20 to join John from HR's bracket pool? Why do we waste our time trying to fill out the perfect bracket to win $1 million that you're never gonna win? After all, there are 9.2 quintillion possible outcomes for a 64-team March Madness bracket. That's right, 9.2 quintillion. To put that into perspective, scientists estimate that there are only 7.9 quintillion grains of sand on Earth. So why do we put ourselves through this? I'll tell you why. Because it's fun, it's American, it's a spring tradition like no other. All jokes aside, look, it's way too late to be doing your research now, but as you continue to fill out your brackets, rest assured, there are plenty of other ways to make your picks that quite often tend to pan out better than the educated brackets. This is the juice, and here's my favorite ways to pick a March Madness bracket. All right, number 1, flip a coin. It's pretty simple, tails never fails. Except, 50% of the time, but don't let facts get in the way of my good story, okay? Number 2, pick the better uniforms or who has the better school colors. After all, it's science, right? A great man named Deion Sanders once said, look good, feel good, play good. You know the rest. All right, number 3, let your dog make the picks. Man's best friend won't let you down. Try it, grab Fido, get a big bag of treats, go down the bracket, place 2 treats on the ground. Treat on the left represents Team A, while treat over here represents Team B, and whichever treat your dog eats first, that's who's winning, guaranteed. And finally, number 4 is my personal favorite. It's which mascot is gonna win in a fight. Now look, this has actually won me some money in the past, not this tournament, but in the past, so I highly recommend it. And while it doesn't explain anomalies like why the TSU Tigers lost to the Kansas Jayhawks, or how the St. Peter's Peacocks actually beat the Kentucky Wildcats, it does explain how the Memphis State Tigers beat the Boise State Broncos. See what I'm doing here? This is science, people. Science. Think. Use your brains. This has been The Juice. Good luck on your bets and your brackets, people, and check out these upcoming bets that I like. I promise you, they're not my dog's bets. They're mine.
If you think Houston's sports show is fun on TV, wait until you hear it on the radio. Join us every Sunday from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on ESPN 97.5.
Houston Sports Show is brought to you in part by Roka Accor, Houston's Japanese steakhouse.
Roka Accor, Houston's Japanese steakhouse, is a one-of-a-kind experience offering contemporary dining with traditional robatayaki cooking techniques. Roka Accor serves only the highest quality of prime-cut steaks and Japanese wagyu, seafood and vegetables with Japanese-inspired marinades and sauces, all prepared on a robata grill over mesquite charcoal. Welcome to Roka Accor, Houston's Japanese steakhouse.
At Big Star Cadillac, enjoy just $1 down on new 2022 XT4 Luxury Collection for only $529 a month. New 2022 XT5 Luxury Collection just $569 a month. Or new 2022 XT6 Luxury Collection for only $609 a month. All for just 39 months lease with just $1 down and no market adjustment. Plus, we have new 2022 Escalades arriving daily. Gulf Freeway just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
Shop smarter when you shop at Big Star. Shop BigStarCadillac.com.
Well, folks, that's it. Another edition of Houston's Sports Show in the books. Thank you so much for joining us. Good times as always, Rach.
Yeah, good times as always. Hey, before we wrap it up, Barry, I want to know, talking about the juice segment earlier, what is your favorite way to make picks in a bracket? Because I know you ain't watching college basketball all season and you know who these teams are.
College what? No, this is what I do. Every year I put together a bracket. It's very expensive the way I do it. It's very time consuming. I have to start in January. But basically I put out bowls of food for my cats. And then I put the names of each team at whatever bowl the cat goes to. I pick the opposite because cats don't know anything about basketball. So I usually just go with, see, you didn't know that was
I see.
What? Okay, then this is why I've never won a bracket.
Yeah, that's probably why. Also, I don't know why you're trusting cats. They're weird, they're creepy, they're kind of like dudes. They would be the one animal to manipulate you and pick the wrong team. Dogs are man's best friend. What's best friend do? Win you some money. You let a dog pick. Look, I like to pick the mascot fight.
Dogs lick themselves.
So do cats.
Yeah, but that's grooming. Dogs just do it for pleasure. Everybody knows that. It's science.
I don't think everybody knows that. I'm pretty sure.
Is that not true?
Yep.
Is that not...
On that note.
Okay. Hey, folks, we'll see you next week right here, CW39, 10 p.m. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great weekend.
Houston Sports Show is brought to you in part by Smile Texas, because experience matters.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. Remember the best planned 90 minutes of your life? Or that surprise party for your parents' golden anniversary? You get the golden planning. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
At Big Star Cadillac, enjoy just $1 down on new 2022 CT4 Luxury Collection for only $469 a month. Or a new 2022 CT5 Luxury Collection for just $529 a month. Both for 39-month lease with just $1 down and no market adjustment. Looking for the new Escalade? Look no further. At Big Star Cadillac, we have the new 2022 Escalades arriving daily. Gulf Freeway just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
Shop smarter when you shop at Big Star. Shop BigStarCadillac.com.